Hello guys and gals, welcome back to another episode of Cancelled Gaming. This time we take a look at a game called Fallout 3, Van Buren. Now you might be wondering, Fallout 3? Didn't that game come out? Well yes it did. But this game isn't the one we all have played by Bethesda. Nope, believe it or not, it's the original game by the original developers. See, way back before this current Fallout 3, the series belonged to Interplay Entertainment along with Black Isle Studios. These people developed the Fallout series, releasing classic post-apocalyptic RPGs for the PC. These games were open world, and the player is free to move around and do things as they so choose, and the combat would play like a tactical turn-based strategy game utilizing numerous weapons and attack patterns, teaming up with companions and fighting whoever the player so chooses in the game. The game would also focus on various mature themes such as the usage of drugs and alcohol, slavery, and strong sexual themes. The games were quite popular, becoming one of the best gaming series of all time, attaining RPG of the Year status and selling quite decently. Interplay also began bringing the series to the consoles in the form of Fallout Brotherhood of Steel, but these games did poorly in sales and the spin-off series was cancelled by Interplay. But that doesn't really matter right now. What happened to Fallout 3? Well, Interplay began production on Fallout 3, taking the series further. Fallout 3 did, however, have a very rough development cycle with Interplay during the Van Buren era. They were halted by Titus Software so that the studio could focus on more console games, rather than the PC market at the time. Interplay even lost the rights to one of their series, Baldur's Gate, which had then caused the cancellation of Baldur's Gate 3, causing the dev team behind it, Black Isle Studios, to join work on Fallout 3, Van Buren, while Interplay's team was working on the console Fallout at the time, Brotherhood of Steel. The development cycle was so mismanaged and hectic that the teams only had one meeting together. Key developers from Black Isle began to leave, but it was the team's perseverance to continue and finish this game. Despite nearing completion, hell, just the game being entirely completed as well, it was cancelled officially once Titus decided to focus more on improving Interplay in the console division. Whatever was left of Black Isle Studios then began working on Fallout 3 was transferred to production for two other games, Fallout Brotherhood of Steel 2 and Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Only one of these games ever made it out alive, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, since Brotherhood of Steel 2 was just scrapped. And thus was the end of Van Buren. Fans were, however, lucky enough to see the game's tech demo release. You're seeing that on the screen right now. The game seems to have had a multiplayer component as well, and the combat seems real-time. Similar to Fallout 3 as we see it today. This could have been a beta, it could have been changed to be more like Fallout 2, but it seems to be real-time. Some settings are placeholders in the demo, but that's to be expected. The game had the feel of the Fallout series, and the combat was gratifying. But Fallout 3 Van Buren, didn't release, unfortunately. But the series did, however, see a light of day. See, back when Interplay was facing some financial issues, and at a time when they were close to declaring bankruptcy, Interplay decided to license 3 Fallout games to Bethesda. But then a short while after, Interplay was back in its financial hot waters, and then sold the entire Fallout rights to Bethesda, but kept a Fallout MMO license for themselves. But then legal disputes came, and Bethesda now in 2012 owns the full rights to an official Fallout game, an online Fallout game, for $2 million that was settled out of court. This is the legacy of Van Buren. Facing a tough development cycle, financial issues, and the selling of rights to other companies, it's a shocker this game even came out with a third installment, despite all the trouble it even went through. And that's that. Now, here's where I say if I think the game's going to be revived. Honestly, I see no reason. After playing the tech demo extensively, I can say Bethesda's and Black Isle's game is quite similar. One, however, has an isometric viewpoint, and one is played in the first and third person. Aside from that, I really don't see a difference from them, and then again, this is also a tech demo, so I don't see the whole game, I only see what I'm playing right now. The combat is real-time, and the interaction between NPCs is pretty much the same. I would say, all in all, I'm glad Fallout 3 is out. And Bethesda definitely remained true to the Fallout name, and they didn't just purchase these rights in vain. Clearly, a team that had worked on amazing several role-playing games would know how to tackle the Fallout series with perfection, and so they did. With the hundreds of hours I've personally sunk into Fallout 3, Bethesda's version, I can say it's a very immersive and non-linear experience, allowing the player to do what they so choose. And with the dark wasteland portrayed in the game, and the various locations and vaults, I can say the game has numerous things to see and do. tons of things to kill and tons of activities to perform. I would like if Van Buren did get its release, however, but it can't really be possible. I mean, Bethesda's team, you know, that they brought at Interplay, if they brought Interplay and Black Isle together once again, maybe Van Buren could see the light of day, picking up where it was left off, but I don't really see it happening due to those legal battles between the groups, and just the fact that the game is already designed with that Bethesda feel. And if they were to go back to that old style of the games, I think that Bethesda really couldn't pull it off. They did a great job with Fallout 3, and frankly, it looks to be the logical progression of the series at this point. And that's really all I gotta say about Van Buren, or Interplay's Fallout 3. I'd like to see Van Buren if possible, but it's not like we really lose anything. I mean, this could have been another game with an incredibly long development cycle that clearly failed to impress once it was released. But that's really all I gotta say about Fallout 3 Van Buren. Would you have bought it? Did you think it looked interesting? This has been another episode of Cancelled Gaming, and if you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.